So just what is sarin gas? Well, the nerve agent was originally developed as a pesticide, but was then turned into a weapon by Nazi scientists during World War II. Now, sarin is a colourless and tasteless liquid that can be released as a vapour. Large doses can cause loss of consciousness, convulsions, paralysis, respiratory failure and eventually death. But its use is very difficult to prove. Now, weapons inspectors need soil samples from the scene of an attack and blood, urine or tissue from victims. Hamish de Bretton-Gordon is an expert on chemical weapons and a former commander of British counterterrorism forces specialising in chemical, biological and nuclear threats. Now, he says the next step is for the UN to find a way to verify the evidence.
Well, I've just returned from the region myself and have seen a lot of it firsthand. I think the French evidence is very important step forward. It's the first time, and I think it's based on the Le Monde story that came out last week, it's the first time when actually, as James was saying, we have a decent chain of evidence. So it appears we know where it came from, and Sarakeb, I'm very familiar with that part of it. There is good documented evidence of the weapon being delivered out of a helicopter, and then there are the casualties, the symptoms on the ground, and at least one set of samples, the French ones we know of, that have been sampled and identified in what would appear to be an authoritative laboratory in France that has confirmed that sarin is present in that area. You really need to get to the site of delivery to unequivocally work out what was delivered and by whom, and have the complete chain of evidence, and very importantly to have it independently verified. I think that's perhaps one of the challenges with the French results and British results recently, that they're not independent, which is why it's so important that the UN get in and do the independent sampling themselves. Whether they're going to get in or in the near future, I think is very unlikely, and I think we need to think of imaginative ways to just do nothing in this case. I don't think is an option. But I don't think the UN again get in anytime soon.